Constantinople. For 1,000 years it stood as a beacon of civilization, the grand capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire. Its strategic location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia made it a hub of trade and culture. Its harbour, teeming with ships from distant lands, its massive walls, built and rebuilt over centuries, had withstood countless sieges. Constantinople was considered by many to be impregnable, a testament to Roman engineering and a symbol of enduring power. Within its walls, the legacy of Rome lived on, a bastion of Christianity in an increasingly uncertain world. The city's heart was the magnificent Hagia Sophia, a cathedral of unparalleled beauty, its dome seeming to float in the air, a testament to the ingenuity of Byzantine architects. The emperors of Constantinople claimed to rule by divine right, their authority intertwined with the Orthodox Christian faith. Constantinople was more than just a city. It was an idea, a symbol of faith and civilization. For centuries it had stood as a bulwark against the tides of invaders, its fall unimaginable. By the 15th century, however, the Byzantine Empire was a shadow of its former glory, its territory reduced to a few scattered outposts surrounding the imperial capital. The rise of a new power in the east, the Ottoman Turks, posed a growing threat. Under their ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, they had already conquered vast swathes of territory, their eyes now set on the ultimate prize, Constantinople. The year was 1453. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the fate of a city, an empire, and the course of history. The world watched, some with hope, others with dread, as the Ottoman shadow loomed ever larger over the golden dome of the Hagia Sophia. The fate of Constantinople, the jewel of Christendom, hung in the balance. Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, was a ruler of immense ambition and ruthless determination. He had inherited the Ottoman throne at the young age of 19 and was obsessed with fulfilling a prophecy to capture Constantinople and establish Ottoman dominance in the region. Mehmed assembled a vast army, equipped with the latest military technology, including gunpowder weapons that would prove decisive in the coming siege. He was determined to succeed where others had failed. One of Mehmed's most audacious moves was the construction of a massive cannon, a technological marvel never before seen. Forged by a Hungarian master cannon maker, this behemoth could hurl granite balls weighing over 1,000 pounds, capable of smashing through the strongest fortifications. The cannon, nicknamed Basilica, became a symbol of Ottoman might and a source of terror for the defenders of Constantinople. The Ottoman army, a vast force of over 80,000 men, marched towards Constantinople, their banners fluttering in the spring breeze. They came from all corners of the empire, a multi-ethnic force united by faith and the promise of plunder. Among them were Janissaries, elite soldiers conscripted from Christian families and fanatically loyal to the Sultan. They were the backbone of the Ottoman army, disciplined, ruthless, and feared throughout the known world. Mehmed knew that Constantinople's formidable defences were a challenge, but he planned to overcome them. He positioned his fleet in the Golden Horn, the city's natural harbour, and deployed his troops strategically around the city's land walls, cutting off all supply lines. A sense of foreboding settled over Constantinople as the Ottoman army prepared for the siege. The city, once a symbol of impregnability, now seemed vulnerable, its fate hanging by a thread. Within the walls of Constantinople, Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos, the last of the Roman emperors, rallied his people. He knew the odds were stacked against him. His forces were outnumbered, outgunned, and outmaneuvered. Yet he was determined to fight for his city, his empire, and his faith. He appealed to the West for aid, but help was slow to arrive. Despite the dwindling resources, the emperor and his people began to prepare. Constantine XI oversaw the repair and reinforcement of the city's ancient walls, knowing they were the only thing standing between them and the Ottoman army. He called upon every able-bodied man to take up arms, from seasoned soldiers to shopkeepers and artisans. Women and children helped transport supplies, tend to the wounded, and bolster morale with prayers and hymns. Desperate times called for desperate measures. A glimmer of hope arrived in the form of Giovanni Giustiniani, a skilled Genoese soldier of fortune. He brought with him a small contingent of seasoned mercenaries, men who had seen their fair share of battles. Giustiniani, with his tactical acumen and unwavering courage, quickly earned the respect of the defenders and was entrusted with the defence of the most vulnerable section of the walls, the Gate of St. Romanus. Despite their best efforts, a sense of unease permeated the city. The citizens of Constantinople knew what awaited them if their defences fell. Tales of Ottoman brutality preceded them, stories of cities sacked, churches desecrated, and their inhabitants slaughtered or enslaved. Fear and defiance mingled in the air as the defenders braced themselves for the inevitable onslaught, determined to sell their lives dearly and protect their sacred city.